Pretty much the bane of my existence is Expendables. Um, I don't really love to deal with them, but it's kind of something that we have to do. So I've just been trying to figure out how to make it easier, faster, a little more simple. And so what we've been doing is we managed to export this report out of RentalWorks, and this is just all of our sales items, all the things that we sell, and there's some little bits of information here: description of the item, manufacturer part number, sales price. For some of these, not very many. We're going to add more. We have the vendor, and then the manufacturer, and then for a couple we have the aisle and shelf number. All this is going to get filled in eventually here. I have a couple so I can show you everything. I also have the sales cost, default sales cost, and then the sales cost is actually it's an average of all the times that we've bought it. Since we've just started this, we don't have an average sales cost yet. We have some other information here. Let's see if I'll explain that in a bit. But then from that, I did a profit margin here, which just takes the default sales cost and then makes a margin out of that from the, let's see, there's a price in here somewhere. Um, yeah, there you go, sales price. So then it figures out profit margin for you. Um, and and then I've done some conditional formatting here so that you can see, the things that are in red are less than a 45% profit margin. The things that are green are over 90% profit margin, and then everything in between is just this lighter green. For now, all these numbers are just kind of like placeholder things. You still have to like update all of our data to make it actually accurate. But as you can see, works for now. Um, so the issue that I had that was really tough to get past was RentalWorks is not able to export all of the data um, that we've been storing in it. And so I finally got to a point where I'm like, well, okay, I'm just going to make an additional sheet here with the description of the item and the I code, and then all of the other information that I want to keep for that item. So we wanted to do some QR codes for easy reordering, so that we could, I'll show you later the kanban card, um, but yeah, we wanted to keep the QR codes that we made, and then we wanted an order quantity of how many we wanted to order each time. Still have to fill this in, but have one that is filled in there. Um, and then here I'm actually going to put one more. We'll use that later. And then if we keep track of our inventory of that item. And so, just for example, like gels, we've kind of decided to not keep track of our inventory of it, just because we have so many like half rolls and things like that that could be on the trucks. So, and then notes and URL. And this way, because of how I set it up, I can export the report from RentalWorks. I can just copy paste up to here. I can copy paste all of the report, and then uh, these things, they how they work and how they get over here is they actually look at the I code, and then they say, okay, 101904, and then it looks on this sheet here for 101904, and then it prints each one of these items onto this page. So that means that even if we add items or we move items around, we call them different things, I'm still going to have that data tied to it. And I don't need to worry about these pieces of information going out of whack. Um, so um, let's see with that. So then there are two things that I wanted to do and to fix. Let's see. So one thing was a kanban card. And so a kanban is basically like a visual indicator that something, that your supply needs to be replenished. So we have, and then it has a bunch of information on it as well. So basically for our tape, we have two bins. One with, maybe it has two rolls of tape in it, and there's a bin behind it that has two rolls of tape. So once you get done using the first bin of tape, this card would be in the bottom of it. And so, it would tell you all the information that you need. You would go and you'd scan this QR code, and this would be, a physical card that's in the bin. You would scan the QR code, and then it would take you to the website, and you would just hit order, and you'd be good to go. And so, what this Kanban card actually works, it's called data validation, and that's what gives you this drop down menu. And so as you change it between different things, it automatically updates all of the pieces of information. And so printing these out is very easy. Print them out, laminate them, um, and and then I did some conditional formatting, which allows you to, um, so the inventory thing, it's basically like saying like, do you need to enter this into the computer when we receive it? Um, if the answer is yes, then we've made it red so that like, okay, there's a little more work to do here. But then when it's not inventoried, for the opal, for example, it's blue. Um, there you go. Not inventoried. And then, yeah, I have some notes on here as well. And then these fields here are just to be written on by hand. So that way you could write like, okay, I ordered two, I ordered them on this date, and I received them on this date. And as you do that, writing these in by hand, we can look back at the card and get some information about like, our ordering history and decide, maybe we don't need to order so many of this item. And we can put our money into something else rather than just holding excess inventory. Um, and so yeah, that is the Kanban card. Um, and then we have this Expendables price list. Let me zoom out a little bit. So one of the things that bugged me so much is like, if we had an Expendables price list and then we changed our prices, I would have to go through each item, check the price, based on our price list, and then maybe update it, maybe not, who knows. And then the other thing too was just like the names were all like never 100% accurate in terms of like comparing this name to what we have in our inventory. And so like, it's kind of a little thing, but just like, on here maybe it says like E-tape, and then in our inventory it says black electrical tape. Um, it just can kind of cause some issues here and there, especially with people who are inexperienced. So what I did for this was, first made it in Excel, and then I used the index and match functions, and basically just said, okay, look for this name in the inventory data sheet. So yeah, come over here to the inventory data sheet, look for the name here in the description, um, and then return the, let's see what I have. Return the fifth column. You see that? That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, there you go. Sales price is the fifth column. It's really small, sorry. Sales price is the fifth column, and so it returns the price here. And so the good thing about that is twofold. One is that if we were to, export a new report, change all of our prices here, um, we they would auto update to this Expendables price list. The other thing too is that since we are using this name to match to the price, if this name changes at all to like exactly what's in our inventory, it doesn't work. So you can rest assured that all of these names are exactly the same from here to our to Rental Works. So yeah, and then I also just like I made this in Photoshop. It's just a little picture there, and yeah, once you print it without the grid lines and everything, it actually looks pretty nice for something that was made in Excel. So that's pretty much it. Um, it's a lot of work, but there's a lot of data in here, and it makes ordering extremely clear. Um, we're we're starting to work on the idea too of inputting all of our items that we order in the shop in here as well, and just having Kanban cards for them as well, and then also having a QR code so you can order it easily, and then um, we can do other sort of tracking in terms of prices for things, and looking at order history, same kind of thing that we would do for just our regular Expendables. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope it helped you see how awesome Excel is, and yeah, how you might be able to use it.